refers to the state of physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress, whether that be at work, at home, in relationships. Burnout can show itself in all types of ways. When experiencing burnout, you may feel like no matter what you do, it does not lead to the satisfactory outcomes that you desire. This can result in a loss of motivation and interest in activities that once energized you, making it seem as though your body has entered survival mode. When I reflect on the times that I have experienced burnout, I realized that I didn't recognize that I was functioning in survival mode. And as a result, I was unable to make necessary adjustments to help myself recover. And this vlog aims to help you identify the signs of burnout and how to address it and what steps to take to move forward. I want to speak a little bit more about my burnout. I had a big burnout session this summer. I did not post anything. As you could tell, I didn't post anything, but I was really overwhelmed with how much of the box that I put myself into from December all the way up until May. I was posting maybe twice a week, and not including the shorts I had to edit. And so I really took the time in August to reflect and try to understand how I cannot put myself in that bubble again and maybe make a video about it, because why not? The first thing that was a sign for me was that I was exhausted. And we are talking about exhaustion, but not the kind that comes from a long days of work when you simply want to get home, put on your favorite slippers, watch a movie, chill out, and enjoy either ice or warm chai tea latte. You're dead once I get you, you stupid gnat. I'm referring to a deep kind of exhaustion, the one that is profoundly physically, emotionally, and mentally draining. It's the type of exhaustion that stems from overwhelming and unmanageable, stay with me, unmanageable stress. Where like your day was so tiring and tough that you feel utterly depleted and reserved. And I'm here to tell you, work should not cause you chronic, unmanageable stress, and relationships should not cause you to feel completely drained, both physically and emotionally. Because doing that, it can make it extremely difficult for you to function and engage in activities outside of them. Personally, when I have felt exhausted, I experience a sense of like detachment. My energy feels disconnected from my responsibilities and environments. It's like the feeling of just trying to survive in that moment, which diminishes my whole motivation and productivity. Rather that be at home, dude, there's something in my eye, sorry I keep rubbing it, but like rather that be at home or at work or in any role I have, I want to empathize. I want to emphasize that burnout is not simply feeling tired after a bad day or a long week. Okay? Burnout is the cumulative effect of prolonged stress over time. And this is why you often hear like doctors talk about it, teachers talk about it, or many people who deal with stressful systems or situations daily. These individuals particularly are more susceptible to burnout. And also children who are living in unstable homes may struggle to perform at school compared to those whose households are like way more put together. All I have to say about, dude, there's like a damn gnat. By acknowledging the stress factors in your life, you can begin to understand and move forward. The other thing that I noticed was that I was really, really cranky. I was super cranky. I know I am really burned out. Come on, you stupid ass gnat. I know I'm really, really burned out when things that usually lift my mood, like chai tea or a good movie or some music or a book, that no longer has an effect on my mood or like can boost me up. During these times, my irritability, moodiness, and crankiness, and I'm very, very short-tempered, really increases significantly. And if we're being completely honest, this type of frustration can negatively impact your personal and professional relationships, especially with like minor reactions to small things become more exaggerated than would be outside of the circumstance. I feel like a clear sign of burnout is like increased irritability, which can be evident in how you respond to small bumps in the roads. Like for me, I might find myself being more impatient or moody with my children, which isn't fair to them, and especially if I am usually tolerable of annoying things. But I promise you, when I am in the depths of burnout, I notice that my response to minor issues do not match the emotional weight of the whole entire situation. I just look like I'm going crazy for no exact reason. But it is important to understand that when you're burnout, you have to manage your emotions, and this becomes more significantly harder, and this can lead to decrease in your capacity for empathy of others or sympathy towards other people's situations. The next one is little to no focus. When experiencing burnout, I find myself spending more time in la la land than when I feel like I'm balanced. Especially during this time, it can be very difficult to concentrate and stay engaged with the information in the world around me. I feel like this is one way that our brain protects itself. When we are overwhelmed by everything that is happening in our lives, our brain struggles to process any more information, and the brain decides to turn off the off button. Unlike where you do it as a conscious person, sometimes your brain decides, you know what? I'll take control. Give me that. And it shuts it down. We're shutting it down. No more we're not taking in any more information. And during these times, it feels like I'm grappling to make sense of my thoughts and conversations, which could be a clear sign of mental fog. And let's be honest, there have been multiple occasions where I have acted out a character. For instance, failing to remember things that I planned. And if you know me, I am a type A person. I do not forget. I have list on list on list. And believe me, in these moments, it feels like I am unable to absorb any more information. It's not going through. It's not connecting to the receptors in here. And switching between tasks can become increasingly challenging, leading to mistakes and missed deadlines for myself. And you might notice that your response time may slow down significantly because your brain is very much overwhelmed, that keeping up with everything just feels impossible. And I fully believe your brain is in fight or flight, and once your brain is protecting itself, once your body is protecting yourself, it is hard to get out of that hole. My next one is you might not find love for your hobbies. Take it from somebody who absolutely loves to blog, and I love to do videos. I love to upload on my Instagram. I am all over my Snapchat. I know when I am burned out, when I have to take a step away and just go dark. And this feeling hits me every single 3 months. I would say this feeling hits me every 3 months. And during this time, this is when my joy and motivation begins to slowly diminish. And blogging or my content starts to feel like a chore rather than relaxing and fulfilling activity that I absolutely love doing. Your hobby is supposed to be a source of pleasure, but when you start feeling drained, uninspired, or what you are doing is a waste of time, that should be your wake-up call. It's a sign that I may be drifting away from something that I genuinely enjoy and losing the sense of connection and engagement I once had. And I need to address this before I completely burn out and find it impossible to return to blogging and content and my YouTube and etc., etc., etc. And if you're a perfectionist like me, the constant pursuit for perfection can also lead to stress and hinder your sense of achievement because the goalpost keeps moving. And that's because you might find yourself constantly chasing after the next big thing, which is exhausting. Sometimes I wonder how I manage it all, and that's probably why I burn out every 3 months. I'm always on the lookout for the next big idea, next big thing, and I definitely need to start taking breaks along the way, not when I hit my 3-month mark. The next one is you do not care. If you take anything from this video or post, I want you to understand that burnout is a state of mental and emotional exhaustion. You may feel drained empty, and most importantly, depleted. And this can make it hard for you to like fully enjoy like daily activities or being around others. And eventually you could stop caring about things altogether. Dude, my glasses are just sitting up there. Back on topic, but be cautious when you start sliding into the coping mechanism of shutting down and entering the state of numbness, as it is a way to cope with overwhelming stress. I do believe that it is important to continuously set goals and tasks, even if it is significant, even if they feel insignificant or not as important. Even during my times when I am sitting out for like the 3-month mark, my 3-month hump, I try to aim to accomplish just 2% of what needs to be done each day. Showing even a small amount of care or effort is more beneficial than not attempting to change or do anything at all. So I think we should finish up this video by looking at ways on how to fix it. Okay, how to fix it. And the first thing I would say is to acknowledge it and find the leak. There's a leak somewhere. What I mean by that, I always say it is important to understand why you feel the way that you do. Is it related to your job? If it's related to your job, think of ways that you can make your job way more enjoyable. Like, I don't know, consider like bring in flowers to your desk every once in a while. Bring in some donuts. Do something different. Drive to work in a different type of route. Don't do the same exact thing over and over and over. I would consider it like a pressure cooker. Make sure you are finding ways to release steam. Something is making you feel overwhelmed to the point that you want to shut down and go on autopilot. You only live once. So why waste it being miserable? Find the leak, change your situation, and try to do something and not just sit there and allow it to happen. The next thing is to change your habits. How are you eating? Are you exercising at least 30 times a day? What are you reading? I always say, what's on that damn phone? How many hours are you spending on that phone? Your habits, I don't care what anybody says, significantly impact your mental capacity. And also take this, your habits will significantly affect how you approach every single day. I always say, make sure you are planning the day the night before rather than the morning of. This way, when you wake up knowing exactly what is expected, this way you wake up totally knowing what is expected of you. Now, I'm not saying there won't be any hiccups or unexpected things in your future, but having some type of roadmap for your day can help you navigate a lot of challenges. All you just need to do is accommodate and accommodate and have modifications ready on hand. I'm making up words. As someone who has a bachelor's degree in education, I understand how overwhelming and underappreciated a lot of teachers may feel in the educational system. And so I know that it is so crucial, not only for teachers, but for students to solidify a foundation of yourself the night before, as both children and adults do benefit from structure. And on top of that, we all just need to feel grounded in our space and time. This could mean planning like your meals or like your week, your activities, and like let's not forget like personal dates or like little things that you find enjoyable. Your habits have a positive or a negative effect on your mentality. And it's up to you to take full control of it today before it takes control of you tomorrow. It came from this noggin. I don't know, I probably read it somewhere. Killed it! The next one is to talk to somebody. Do you guys remember in elementary school where like the teacher would be like, find a buddy? That's what I'm asking you. Find a buddy. Find somebody, someone you can talk to who will listen to you and be there for you. But here's my thing. You have to first acknowledge what you need, because sometimes people can do more harm than good when you're talking to them. Like, do you need somebody to listen? Do you need somebody to give you advice? Do you need somebody to chop up a body? We're not going to put that in there. I don't think we could put that in there. Do you need somebody to listen? Do you need somebody to give you advice? Do you need somebody just to think of solutions? Is that the same thing as advice? Anyways, what do you want? So before you go to that buddy, they understand what you need. Because personally, I know that I need somebody that will acknowledge what I'm going through, especially if they've had similar experiences and can offer advice on how to cope with or move forward. Make sure you're seeking out someone who you trust, whether it's a psychiatrist, therapist, parent, sibling, friend, cop, anybody. Make sure you trust them, because opening up to them can be very, very hard. Because if you are feeling burned out or overwhelmed, getting help is so important. It is important to find a supportive space where you can feel comfortable talking about your feelings. Lastly, I love saying this to people. It always gets on people's nerves. Touch some grass. Go outside, touch some grass, read a book, put the phone down, touch some grass. Touch some grass, touch some grass, touch some grass. If I didn't say it already, go outside, touch some grass. I love saying go touch some grass. As soon as somebody starts sounding a bit off, I'm always like, I will let somebody finish a offhanded comment and I'll be like, when was the last time you touched some grass? Not with socks, bare feet. When was the last time you let the sun hit your skin? Like, it always catches them off, because what do you mean you are a living being talking like that? There's no way. You're not real. Go touch some grass. Going back on topic. If you are having a sunny, if the day is sunny, take advantage of it. I refuse to engage in conversation with people who do not enjoy spending time outside. And that's coming from somebody who absolutely has a phobia of butterflies. I still spend at least 10 minutes a day outside, and I can say personally that makes a huge difference. We should not be confined in cubicles or disconnected from nature as humans. And that's my opinion. Argue with your mama. The only animals I have seen that appear depressed are those that don't get enough outdoors. And I mean outdoors, nature. And that is why I don't like going to the zoo, because there's, as much as they try to emulate outdoors or where the animals originated from, the animals just never seem happy, and they seem unhappy because I feel like that they are disconnected from their natural environment. Being outside has this refreshing feeling, and like for example, like seeing the trees move, sway. There's something to me. I love seeing a tree dance for me, tree. What? Maybe I need to go touch some grass, because what was that? I will say though, if you live in like an urban area, with cities, maybe you'll have to travel a couple of miles, or deal with the concrete jungle. Imagination. You still got the sun. Right? We still got the sun. And I am sure that there are mom and dad pops where they have green things around. Find something green and touch it, okay? There's no reason. There's no excuse. All I'm saying is find something green, touch it, enjoy your surroundings, because you do not know how much longer you have. Burnout should not feel like an insurmountable pit. Sometimes all you need is a flower in your apartment or a change of scenery. I want you to take a moment to understand that feeling overwhelmed, it is temporary. It's not the long run, it is temporary. And I only say temporary because you can find a way out. It takes effort, it takes time, it takes determination to climb out of a burnout. I promise you that once you are out and have removed anything holding you back from the feeling of the sun on your face or brighter days, you will feel brand new and ready to accomplish so much more. I feel like I have been talking for a long time, because I haven't done this in a while. But I just want to end this video by saying I am back. I hope that you have a good day, week, whatever your time you are watching it, night. I do not have anything else to say because I've been talking for a long time. See, like I said, I haven't posted since May. I haven't really posted since May. But look at me, just chit chat, chitty chang chang, chicka chang bang. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video. Thank you for watching. I'm being a little bit weird. I'm going to skedaddle. I have things to get done, and until next time, bye.